Greetings, I am Lies and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal and I use they, them.
And
let's play a game together.
Alrighty. We are back to the forest of Grumpy Muriel and basically intending to be oblivious Asra.
And yes.
Also the non-presence of relationship advice.
Yes.
Like, oh my god, Corazon is not going to want relationship advice from him.
And also, again, like, I guess I kind of looked back at it and I could kind of see how Asra was teasing, but that didn't work for me at all, tonal-wise. Like,
we got lost in dialogue, but we did go back and look and see, and like, yeah, if you click right through it, it does work, except for it doesn't feel like the same kind of level of like tease. It was awkward.
No, that
at any
feels
rate,
strange.
Welcome aboard.
Nadia comes up behind us, wrapping an arm around my shoulders and smiling with her eyes.
Are you embarrassing your dear apprentice, Asra?
This is what I mean by, like, the whole tone seems to be really different, because suddenly she's going, dear apprentice, aren't we cute together? And wrap my arms, like, this level of, like, in-your-face sort of thing, and Asra not... it doesn't work for me. I don't
there was
like
aggressive possessiveness when it was my sister is here, and now there's casual possessiveness when Asra's here. And interestingly, she wasn't possessive of you at all in front of Muriel.
No.
So there is a level of her being possessive around anyone she wants to impress and or assert, sort of like, definitely assert this is what's going on here. Mm-hmm. It's a level of, I think with her sister, it was definitely a level of possessiveness, and here it almost seems like showing off of, I've got your apprentice now, so you thought they were yours, but now they're mine.
Which is also really weird, because, like...
She doesn't...
So, is it normal then in this world for your apprentices to date your masters? And so she's going, ha ha ha, I got there first, they weren't interested in you. Like, because she doesn't have a memory, right?
Right.
So she doesn't, and she also doesn't know you, because she has no memory. And also, like, Asra hasn't told us anything, so her behavior seems strange.
I liken it more to somebody hires a cool-ass new employee that's amazing, right? That employee does such good things for them for a good long time. Then someone comes in and starts dating that cool-ass, awesome employee, and that employee starts doing work for them instead. Mm-hmm. And they go, ha, 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 I've got them now. Aren't they great? Aren't we great together? Yes. Aren't we so good together? Mm-hmm. But it is a kind of what I am familiar with being a masculine posturing. And it's really just a possessive posturing. Yeah. And it's really weird because, like, in the other case, it suggested she was super insecure. But in this case, it suggests she's really possessive.
Yeah.
Like going, I need to show you that I get to touch them.
Which I just don't like anyway. Mm-mm. Like, to me personally, it feels like a very controlling, very bizarre, and again, very insecure behavior. And I don't like it. It's not fun.
And the thing is I don't want to say you can't go up and put your arm around somebody.
Oh, hell no.
Their relationship at this point has not indicated that that is a habit or behavior they have at all. And she didn't engage with Corazon at all. The important thing here is, comes up behind Corazon, wraps an arm around Corazon's shoulders, then looks at and talks to Asra. Uh-huh. So in every other case, really, when Nadia was touching Corazon, it was, I'm engaging directly with, looking at and talking to you.
Yeah.
And this one is, Asra, look what I am doing and what I can do.
Ha ha ha! Yeah,
which is weird to
me.
Like
I said, it's an insecure kind of behavior, and I personally hate watching people do it.
It's so awkward to watch in public.
All right.
Asra.
Only a little.
Judging you.
Muriel approaches as we reach the edge of the forest, pointedly looking at Nadia's feet.
What?
They are beautiful feet. I love them. Wait.
Okay, so he approaches from the rear because he was behind all of you. And then you all turn around, or he approaches and walks around to the front of you, like, looking at Nadia's feet from the back.
And also Corazon turning around to observe this fucking behavior.
Right.
Like your character, instead of looking at the thing that's in front of you, which would be really, obvious, really easy, very normal, you decide to look at Muriel, who you go observe is just staring specifically at Nadia's fucking feet. Not just looking at the ground, not just looking around at the dirt, or staring at trees.
So what I'm getting is all of you are walking along, right? The three of you in front and him in the back.
Right.
And you're just walking along and you continue walking without stopping, right?
Right.
I'm pantomiming this just so you all know, okay? And he catches up with you while you're still walking, so he has to increase his pace, which is fine because he's got bigger legs, right? And you turn and look at this hulking shadow over your shoulder, like as he arrives behind you. but still moving forward because the group is moving forward. And you see that this hulking shadow just is like laser vision down at Nadia's feet.
Which is really funny because Nadia's like right next to you. So he, like Muriel, on one side or the other, Nadia's right next to you. So Muriel is somehow leaning over. You're observing that he's specifically leaning over, walking, and staring at Nadia's feet specifically. This is goofy, is what I'm saying.
Or the back of her feet.
Anyway.
He's just staring at her heels, but also he offers her 2 pouches of scent,
We haven't even read this yet.
But okay, anyway, go ahead.
He offers her 2 pouches scented with myrrh and other spices, and mutters down at the ground. You mean her feet?
Okay, so the thing is if we're all walking and he walks up behind us, does he offer them to her back? Or can we stop walking?
Punch.
Or this thing of, have you seen that thing in cartoons where someone's awkwardly walks up behind someone else and they sort of mumble something, where they shove an object out and no one sees them and they just keep following them, holding the thing out? Like, that's what I'm seeing here.
Yes.
Anyway.
Muriel is a freaking mess, basically.
Protection. And a spell. People forget me, but they should help you remember me if you keep them.
Okay, stupid thing.
What?
Why did we not fucking instantly forget Muriel as soon as he was behind all of us?
Yeah, when he was walking behind us.
I have been wondering this actually the whole time.
So, and I don't really know how his spell works, but my friend has actually gone through his route. Like, just glanced at it?
No!
No?
No!
Oh.
No!
No?
No!
Okay.
No!
I thought you had, like, looked at the fandom when it came out or whatever. He was the person
No!
who registered
I'm
in the game.
literally talking about when we ran into him with Julian's route. When he leaves, people forget him.
Yeah.
He said that himself in context. That's all I'm talking about.
Right, but I don't know how far he has to
There
leave.
is no, as far as I know, a limit. It just seems to be, once you get out of sight, you forget about him. And he has to come back into your vision for you to remember him.
Oh, well then we should have forgotten him when he was walking behind us and he could have snuck off.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't understand this.
Yeah, that sounds weird based on that. But no, I was just meaning in reference to your first interest in the game was Muriel, so you were looking into that.
Yeah, but I couldn't get through his route and I had no interest, and I also didn't realize that despite the fact of nobody supposed to be sharing premium scenes in the internet world, everybody does it.
Everybody's got them everywhere. It's fine. Okay. So yeah, I don't know why we didn't forget. People forget me at some point, but these should help you if you keep them.
If you keep them, even though this whole time we've honestly should have forgotten him.
And I assume when you say keep them, you mean like hold on to them? Otherwise, I have kept this. I put it in my house.
Right? He looks pained at the thought of letting anyone remember him, but Asra nods reassuringly at him and pats his shoulder.
Reaches up.
Asra, pep, pep.
I see. Thank you for the kind gift, Muriel. I assume at this point that we've all stopped walking, or that he's just shuffling along behind us. We're still walking while we're doing this. I don't know.
I have no idea. I can't tell where he position-wise is, because it seems to us like we are the Wizard of Oz in the front, and behind us is, like, running Toto, basically, who's just sort of, I'm doing my own thing over here while the wall of cheer is going that way, and I am distressed.
All three, Asra and the Apprentice and Nadia link arms. We're off
Hello,
to
my
see
honey! Yeah, or that one too. We're off to see the wizard! And then there's also, now I really just want, like, Muriel as a little can-can frog. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal. And
Right.
It looks like she wants to ask more about this forgetting business, but decides against it and just smiles at Muriel.
So we're now saying that Muriel has magic and he can make these little sachet thingies?
I thought that they, like, in Julian's route, they were specifically things from Asra.
I didn't think he
But I
had
wasn't
sachets
sure.
in Julian's route.
He did. Did you forget?
I don't remember those at all.
Yeah, they existed. We got one. So that we could remember him.
I remember that, like, wasn't that... No, that wasn't the prologue.
That was Julian's route.
I remember nothing. It's
Oh my
okay.
god, because we went to go see him later, remember? And then he goes out and he comes back in and Julian's like, holy shit, because we go out with him, because Muriel directly shows us what happens because we followed him,
No,
and then
it's
he comes back
okay.
in.
You can remind me later.
That's fine, okay.
I just, in this moment, I don't remember. It's okay.
It's okay. Grub. We'd better get back to the hut and renew those protections. Keep in touch, alright?
Wait, we'd better?
Yeah.
So...
Muriel and Asra. So remember how we made the observation walking to this hut and
No, hang on.
The protections
That's
are
not the
going
question
bad?
I'm asking.
Okay.
That's not the question I'm asking.
Okay.
All of us are leading because Nadia has said the four of us need to team up to solve a problem. After all of us leave, for the four of us to team up to solve a problem, Asra and Muriel don't go with us.
Yeah, that is weird.
Because that's the only reason all four of us left. Are we now saying they were just walking us to the edge of the wood instead of going with us to solve a problem because she said we all need to team up?
It is weird. Good observation. Like, That's strange.
That's what I'm at. Why did Muriel come with us this far
At all.
if he wasn't coming with us?
Also, without any realm of communication with Asra, other than going, well, Asra would want me to do this.
I guess.
Because they're mind readers now.
I guess, because Nadia was just like, we all need to work together.
Uh-huh.
And so you walked away. Plot, as far as I could tell, was to work together.
Uh-huh.
And now the two of them are leaving, and now I'm confused.
Again, because they needed to have their resources, so Nadia has character witnesses. And also people who go, hi, we have more information about dear Dr. Dvorak.
Well, no, but they didn't have to leave the hut for that. All of that happened in the hut.
No, I know. But I'm saying, like, so you like, you're going to help us by also staying with us. Because you have that information.
But
you
not staying with us because they're leaving.
Yeah, apparently.
All right.
Nadia and Asra turn to head back into the darkness of the forest, disappearing from sight. They turn and they instantly disappear.
Also, when Asra says keep in touch, how? We have not established a way to do that. Walk back to the hut, go to his shop, how?
Especially if Asra's going to randomly disappear still. Asra runs off, does his own thing, has his own schedule. Nope, we'll just find Asra.
Also, if we're reinforcing the protections, are they going to ward us from being able to find that path? So we can't get back to Muriel's house anyways? How the heck are we going to keep in touch?
This is very strange episode.
Scries in the water. Excuse me, Faust. Where the hell is Asra? I need to keep in touch.
I need your experience. For a second, my memory goes hazy. Muriel slipping from my mind like water. But the scent of myrrh wafts from the pouch Nadia hands me, and his hulking memory returns.
How would you even notice that you were losing a piece of your memory as it was happening?
I have to tell you, as somebody who struggles with memory loss, even for stuff that I say instantly and then forget, yeah, that's not how that works. You just lose it.
Sounds like an incredible level of awareness.
Yes.
We'd best return home. Come, Corazon. I have much to contemplate tonight. You're not going to do anything else now?
Nope, not at all. We have to go back to the Sacred Heart of Maria.
And we can no longer actually ask anyone, that is now the investigation. It has supplanted the other person we were going to talk to.
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
One investigation a day is plenty.
Yep, just one.
All right.
Une investigation.
Uh-huh.
We also aren't going to go get the horses, tell anybody about the carriage. We'll find out. We don't get back to the palace until the last bit of sunlight fades on the horizon.
Oh, the sky cleared up.
Ooh. As soon as, they did mention that it had stopped raining. It was starting to slow down.
It stops raining and the entire sky clears up and you can see the sunset is different.
As soon as we reach the front doors, two figures rush up to us with frantic energy.
Huh. Didi, where have you been?
Lady, we were so worried about you.
Worried? I am an island and I have no connection to your emotional feels, whatever form.
Yeah, your carriage! The horses!
Your horses...
Portia, in hysterics. Nadia. I'm sorry, peasant. What's wrong with you?
Also, your sister. I am lightly concerned. Portia bawling her eyes out.
It's probably because, poor Nesmira doesn't actually have a cryy, sad face. Or, again, this is how she expresses basically grief
Worry
and
concern.
Portia does seem to be far more emotional, and I'm not saying that's bad at all, but definitely a different character.
Yeah, it's just an experience. It's not a bad thing. It's just
but I also find that to be really wild, where it's like Portia and Nadia, how close are... I don't know, it's fine. How close are you? I don't know. I know the implication is spoilers for somebody else's route, but yeah,
As a Portia could also have a heightened emotional experience because she could have that professional obligation going, I'm not sure where my responsibility begins and ends. So I am worried because I may have failed because this has happened and there's no action I can take. So I could be emotionally connected, but also professionally emotionally connected of going, I don't know how much I should worry, which is exhausting and overwhelming.
Right.
Yes. Right. Your horses came back to the palace on their own. We were about to send a search party out for you, dear.
Oh, only when the horses came back.
But also...
And then we waited for a few hours, is what I'm hearing.
At some point, they came back. And then, yeah, we hung about.
We hung about, we paddled around.
But also, the carriage was left in the woods, so I assume Portia meant, your horses! The missing carriage.
Yeah,
which I'm just no, and I get it. I'm just your carriage, and she's like, yeah, there was no carriage.
There was no carriage.
The horses came home. How quaint, how charming.
It's
how
like it's in a storybook where animals just
know their way home
immediately and without question. It's not like anybody would look at them and go, "Hey, those are some really fucking nice horses, and I could get a serious amount of money for that." Do you know what we're gonna do? Ignore the horses. Do you know how common horse thievery was? Oh my god!
Additionally, their entire carriage, trappings and get up and stuff didn't get caught on anything. Neither of them got stuck or had a problem. Also, were there only 2? Do we even know?
No idea.
I was gonna say, there was an amount of horses more than one.
Yeah.
And I'm also going, yeah, the fact that they, one, could find their way home, and that all of them, however many, could agree upon it.
Mm-hmm.
But also...
Especially because I assume all their tack was still joined together, because if the connecting part to the carriage itself broke, fine, that makes sense.
They're
but they
still
usually
attached.
have, like, attached tack completely.
Oh, yeah.
Also, again, I'm like, holy shit, you'd have people going, my god! Shiny, expensive, gorgeous Mattel brand horses. My Little Pony, you know, gorgeous.
It's Barbie's horses.
It's Barbie's horses. Like, are you kidding me?
Especially in an incredible economic crisis, I'm amazed no one stole those horses.
Oh, hell yeah.
Especially finding them trying to graze around their, bits or their, bridles or whatever in, your yard after a storm. You'd be like, those horses, they need assistance.
Yeah, pretty much.
Came home.
I was drained.
I see. She looks sort of sassy about this, like, you two must have been sort of worried.
How adorable.
And
I
also, like,
condescending,
look
actually.
at that, you worried about me. I see. You two must have been quite worried. But as you can observe, we have returned home safely. There is no need to fret. That does look condescending, like, wow.
Are you sure you didn't get hurt or anything?
Corazon quietly being like, well, I did, but it's fine.
It doesn't matter. Portia sniffs and then tries to wipe the tears away, relief slumping her shoulders. Also, Corazon at this point is going to be like, I hurt.
I am in pain.
I hurt again!
I also had to walk a long ways.
Yes.
A lot.
Uh-huh.
Is not good for
But
me.
also, in the way that Corazon would do stuff, they wouldn't really say it. They'd just, quietly resent people for it.
And also, they would have been slowing Nadia down because they would not have been able to keep up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Nadia would have had to move to a stroll. No, Portia, I was not hurt. But if you'll excuse us, we're both quite tired. I think it best we retire.
She whisked me off down the halls, leading me to the guest room. I won't basically tell my head servant, handmaiden, whatever, Nadia, like, Portia is the, head servant, I don't care. Because we don't ever actually get to see who the real head servant is, and I know people have said that, no, she's just her handmaiden. I'm like, she acts like the head servant.
She really does seem to organize all kinds of servant tasks and servant labor.
She knows what's going on in the palace, she knows all the secret ways, she's a head servant.
Knows the entire staff, and she does direct them, as well as participate in serving tasks.
So what I'm seeing here is going like, hi, you're a head servant who would be able to organize things for you, get stuff put together. Nadia is telling you to fuck off. I do not need any of your help, even though you always need help to either bathe or get your clothes cleaned or any of that. Get food. So I don't know what Nadia's doing, other than this is sort of a level of, are you just being cold?
I think it is a level of going, I am an island. I am distant for you. And again, at the beginning of this bit of story arc, she was like, Portia's betrayed me, and isn't, and doesn't have loyalty to me, has potentially been lying to me, and seems to prefer my sister. And now I've come back and, she's worried about me. Really?
Oh, well, that's
cute.
apt. Yeah, you should be, you little traitor. Or you're pretending again, you little. Because we didn't really resolve that much,
did we? We have not resolved it at all.
I forgot about that.
Her coming back and being like, right, and I'll just be cold towards you makes perfect sense.
Or just be very official. But cold in the sense of if you know this character any more than that, yeah.
I'm not going to ask anything of you, or direct you, or even, interact with you as a servant. I'm just going to be like, you're worried about me? How strange. Now do not take time or energy away from me, I'm going to bed.
Yep, leading me to the guest room.
Where I need a bath.
As soon as we're alone, she lets out a breath and leans against the door, eyes closing.
She lets out a breath she didn't know she was holding, and she becomes a teen romance protagonist.
She does!
Poof! I was going to send Portia away this morning. She's been affected by her tears. Yep, there it is.
Yeah.
And yet, I set her to tears with my absence.
Oh, so
tonight.
she was being cold because she was so stunned. She really genuinely goes, people care about me? Oh my god.
And caring about me
and
looks
I apologize,
like this.
that is a thing, and I understand again this whole thing of the island. And based on what I'm reading for everything else and what I was talking about, with where you're playing basically to the MC that they're trying to get you to more go tours, of trying to encourage Nadia to be more connected to people, that makes total sense. That she's like, people have feelings around me or for me.
I still like Draconishi's assessment of toxic toughness.
Yes.
I love that gender neutral statement of just going, You just are like, I have to be completely sufficient and not affected by anything.
Yeah.
And that's where Nadia sits. And that's sort of like the self-centered or self-focused experience that is, one, going to be toxic toughness, and two is going to be basically insecurity, which she deeply has, makes you so centered upon yourself that you cannot focus on other people. One of the things I've talked about a lot in reference to low self-esteem is that a lot of people can't receive love or affection or, well, because they don't have it for themselves, and they don't genuinely believe they deserve it. And so they cannot believe that you genuinely have it for them.
Yes.
Which is a lot of why it can be very dangerous to be in a relationship with someone with extremely low self-esteem, because if they're not able to receive your love or care, then it's going to constantly sort of shut you down, dismiss you, what have you. And that can be very, very painful. And there's nothing you can do about it, because it's not your opinion that matters. It's theirs in their own head.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, her tears with my absence tonight. Would she cry if she intended to betray me so? You think she now betrayed you on accident if she intended to betray me so?
I love that implication. If she intended to do so, maybe she did it on accident. I mean, people all the time, you would be surprised how many individuals actually give away a ton about their lives and basically betray themselves to certain standards or expectations, or give away certain information.
I accidentally told her I couldn't read.
Or again, like...
Or Nadia assumed it and Portia never corrected her.
Yeah?
Because of
maybe
station, she just assumed. Portia can't read, peasants can't read.
Yeah?
We uncovered much today. I need time to think.
I need to do the big thinky thoughts.
Corazon.
Can I help?
Can I help you think? What is it?
As I'm like, ow.
Aye. Leans casually and heavily on their cane. Can I help? I've relied on you too much. No. Looks you up and down and how, like, still successful at holding a pose you are, even, like, with as much worn out as you've been. Like, I know how to balance myself to have a bit of dignity here. And being like, I need to think alone.
Look how well that worked out for Julian, screams Nerd for somewhere else.
Somewhere.
Hi,
Julian. I have thought of every
I've done it all! I thought of everything! I got it all in my brain, I've written it all out, I tattooed it into my skin, the inside of my thigh, I did it down my legs, it looks very lovely actually. It looks like a bit of lace work, it's very nice, especially if I put my little high heels on here and I got my little... What? Don't you look at me like that, but what?
Have you ever maybe thought about, asking other people if they had other ideas?
I can't do that.
Because I have thought of every idea in the entire world.
It would be useless. I'll be wasting their time. You're really tiny.
Because I already know what
you're saying. How small you are.
Nerd standing by his navel, looking up at him.
Hello!
Going, have you ever thought of maybe just talking to Nadia? What?
What? It never happened. It's not even going to be an experience I could ever have. I don't think you get it.
I could talk to Nadia.
No! And then secretly being like, yes. Good, you do that. You tell me what I'm supposed to do. All right.
I shall go to my contemplation tower and consider what must be done. I am deeply tired. I'm going up to my owl tower and I'm going to build tiny trinkets and it will be amazing.
Beautiful. Fantastic.
Aye. Will you be all right?
Will you be all right? Take as long as you want.
Okay, will you be all right? Inquires after her state, and take as long as you want is I'll give you permission to go do that.
It kind of is. You can't stop her.
Right? Which is really funny. Like, I mean, I get the whole, as a friend might say, of, yeah, take all the time you need. But take as long as you want is different than take all the time you need. To me.
I know.
But I'm just like, it sounds like...
It's also like, you
Corazon
don't fucking have time.
Sounds like Corazon is like, you know what? This is all on hold until you feel better. But also, like, I give you permission. I will no longer push things forward or encourage you to keep going. Take all the time you need.
Which is why I'm like, that is so not the character.
Take as long as you want. Like,
in this case, though, I have to say I'm not exactly sure what they would be going for your MC, what, like, the
I don't care about that.
Care.
I feel
like will you be all right would be...
I feel like Corazon would be like, are you going to survive?
Yeah, basically.
Will you be all right?
Will you be all right in the tower?
By yourself with your
owl?
And the mud all the way up your dress? And your ruined shoes that were not made for marching in the forest in that dress?
Will you be all right?
All right. It's sweet of you to be concerned for me.
People care about... It's fine.
I
can totally accept this as being part of her character. Again, like I said, it was, as far as I perceive, based on the choices that we've seen, it really is them trying to connect Nadia to people, one, care about you, and two, that you're not just an island, which is super funny because I feel like we're sort of just playing a slightly modified version of Julian.
I don't think that this is a, oh, you care about me face. I think this is a, shit, I just resolved to not hang out with you, and now you're reminding me that you're interested in me and available to me again.
Corazon, no, I'm actually in pain and I'm not going to be available to you, but I'm asking the question because I feel like you're gonna go be useless again. We've done one thing today! One!
It was deeply revealing. Was it? It's sweet of you to be concerned for me. Yes, I will be all right. Sucks back in the, hormones. I promise I won't be gone long. I need only to gather my thoughts, which I cannot do in your, rather refined presence.
Whoa, we have gone to super casual land. Nadia kisses me gently and then turns and heads down the hall towards the tower.
I'm like, if you say kisses me gently and you don't say on the cheek, on the forehead, on the hand, that means that's a lip kiss.
Yeah.
Because if you don't specify where, that's what a kiss is.
Also, I'm having a thing, at least for the character, going for the most part, Corazon is either I'm going to participate with you, or I'm going to initiate. Again, I'm going to, I know it's not a choice here, but kind of it frustrates at least my character concept here. Of going Nadia, I'm going to put this kiss on you, kind of thing. And Corazon going what?
That just happened.
That just happened.
That just happened.
Thanks.
I'm having that experience too, the whole wrapping the arm around you kind of thing. There's less... Okay, so they dabbled in this bit a little while ago of ask me, request it of me. Let's do, even in that sort of kind of, I was gonna say overblown performative kind of way of going, are you going to beg me? But there was more communication and talking about, let's speak about what we're going to do.
Right.
Do you want a bite of the cake? Do you want to stay in my room? Would you join me on the bridge? Kind of thing, or for a nightcap, what have you. And now it's just, I'm just touching you.
Yeah, and...
I'm not sure when it changed.
Corazon doesn't like that because I always get the thing that Asra is way more touchy. So it's you're just sort of now doing Asra behavior, and I don't
was
like
trying to get away from Asra because I'm trying to,
Because also, again, part of that admiration of Nadia was going self-contained person, and you're basically going, I'm going to basically ask for this experience with you too, of going if you're going to see me as an equal and not treat me as a child.
It will be invited, not just put upon. Someone won't just come by and go, oh, Corazon, let me, dust crumbs off you, or straighten your, necklace, or, hug you because I see you, or whatever it is. It's the, I will be here, I will be clearly interested, and I will invite.
Hello.
And Corazon's oh, that's different.
I like that.
All right, so there we go.
And heads down the hall towards the tower.
You mean up the stairs towards the tower? Oh.
A whistle in the distance sounds as she rounds the corner, and the answering shriek of an owl.
So she makes a whistle?
Yes, she does. Also, I don't...
Wait.
How many owls actually fucking...
Hang on a second.
No, I'm okay, owls do shriek. My brain kind of went...
owls...
Do horned owls actually shriek, though?
Different, I don't know about, but we don't even know what kind of owl that is. It's Fantasy Owl 01.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I was just saying, but a whistle in the distance. So, distant from her, or she whistles? I don't even know what happened there.
To me, I think it's supposed to be, she whistles.
As she rounds the corner.
Yes.
Yes, and then the owl responds.
Because you're also probably this distant thing of going as she rounds the corner, there is this whistle that I hear that you're probably by association, you assume it's her. It's sort of that,
Well, the thing is she whistled the first time to bring her owl to her, right?
Yeah.
So we would just know she calls the owl with the customary whistle, or the one
Yeah,
whistle
you'd
that
be
I've
something
heard before.
there is the sound of Nadia's whistle.
You
just be you would just associate it with Nadia. Why use the weird absent,
or Nadia,
detached language?
Whistles to call her owl, just like before kind of thing.
Then all is silent. And again, you could have your basically character misinterpret if it was someone else.
I also think it's interesting of going, you can really see the stairs to the tower from your room door. Like, this castle is huge with many corridors and many towers and all of that. And really, from your guest room that you're in, you can specifically see all the way down to the hall to wherever the stairs are to her contemplation tower.
Yeah, of course.
Of course you would.
Why not?
I say, but also, like, I love how distant they make you from the owl. You don't say, calls to Shonda.
They did that with Faust, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there was, like, the thing that we pointed out,
owl.
going, like, if you're used to having the snake there, language-wise, you wouldn't say, there's a thing that appears. You go, oh, right, it's Faust. You'd be like, there's Faust, Asra's snake.
Mm-hmm. Then,
like, all is silent. Oh!
That's really the end of the... Really?
Wow.
The Portia problem? Oh, so we are going to address her concern and suspicion of Portia.
We already...
Apparently.
Wow, it's going to apparently be also a much bigger deal than I necessarily thought that this game was
A
going to...
whole chapter to address her relationship and basically perception of the problem with Portia.
That's interesting. Is it because of what happens in the other route? The reason why they made this into such a big thing is because...
I don't know. Because their relationship is very complex. Maybe Portia is Nadia's only friend, but Nadia doesn't understand that Portia's a friend because she sees her as a servant, even though the boundaries say friendship.
Which is also really funny, because again, you don't really see that in, like, Julian's route, which is totally fine, because you're focusing with somebody else. But I'm also like, you didn't have a chapter called The Asra Issue.
Nope.
You know? Like,
the Asra issue, I love that.
Even though it doesn't sound right, but it visually doesn't pass either. The Asra... I want to experience. It doesn't work. The Asra assertion. I don't know. Anyway, so we're out of time, but thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Please feel free to join us in the next one. And if you are actually liking what we're doing, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share our videos if you're having a good time.
If you think someone else would enjoy this too.
Woohoo! Also, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. Also, please feel free to go check us out on Twitch. We do live stream, and it's a lot of fun. We do. We would love to see you there.
We do.
Other than that, though, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Liz.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!